far is I got one set of wireframes that I think are pretty good, and then I have my flow chart. I did a lot too. Let me. Okay, so I was doing the one with the Yu-Gi-Oh cards, or well, card trading.
Yes.
So I simplified it and everything. And this is my first set of wireframes, kind of taking us through the app. And I need arrows, but it's going to start out where it's just at a home page. It's very simple with the tasks that you're going to do most of the time. So those are going to be like featured, so hot trades. And then if you're looking for a card, you can go into the section that's trading a card that you're giving something away. And then any trades that you currently have going on that are in process, or trade history. I guess I'll show you the full chart first, probably be easier.
Right.
Sorry. Oh, I don't know. Well, I have it, and my Adobe Illustrator crashed, and I guess it did not save it.
Oh.
Shoot.
I kind of have a sense for the structure of your site. I think your wireframes are looking good. I don't know if you've seen the video from Thursday or the session before that, but what you're supposed to do with these wireframes is to present them in the order of a user task.
Yeah, so, I know, and I'll put them in like a phone and show where to click.
Right.
Yeah, I meant to do that. I just haven't yet. So it goes from one to the next one. This is one task that goes that way.
Right. So have you thought about like the 3 different tasks you want to mock up?
Yeah, I'm going to use the 3 different things that I did here.
Okay.
Each one of these is a set of tasks. So that, and then this thing, and the 3 different kind of things that you can do.
Right.
That have the most different. So my flow chart, I have, I had a section. So the games, well, this wasn't here. These 3 were the main things that it connected to, and then my trades, and then the account was actually kind of separate. So like I had a dashed line connecting to it to show.
Right. Because we talked about that last time. Yeah.
It's there, but like, so to get to that, you open the little menu at the top. So I have account, and then a couple other things under the search and trade, and the other one I added was like a value guide that you can get to through the menu. Just like suggested values for cards and different stuff. And then I had another section that was disconnected from these. We're connected with the dashed line that was like the different games that you can search for. So like if I go to search, it'll have a list of games, and that narrows down what I'm looking for. Same thing, and they all can just search, sell, and value guide all connect to it.
Okay, that makes sense. I think you know what you're doing. Can you go back to your wireframes?
Yes.
I was just going to see if I could offer any suggestions. It just seems like you know what you're doing, and you're just kind of in progress right now. And I think you have a good sense of what needs to be done.
Do you want to see all 4 or just one at a time? I just have the 4.
Oh, can you do to show it how you showed it before with all 4?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay. So that's a search. Do you feel like at the very top, it feels like there should be some consistent branding at the very top for all of them?
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because I was looking at this, and it was like left arm of Exotica. I thought this was called something like Trader.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then I can change the search to like a little search button that pops open that, and then put the title up here.
Or just squish everything down.
Okay. Yeah.
But I think you need to have some kind of a consistent branding at the very top, and then that, like, somebody was talking about using like a gear icon to in the top header as well, just to allow someone to get back to their settings. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So maybe use this space at the very top for your branding, and then I don't think you need to have as much vertical space for your search area.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that could be slimmed down quite a bit.
Yeah.
So look at, you might want to do a couple of screenshots of some apps that you use and get a sense of proportion for that space.
Okay. Yeah, and that's always kind of the thing that I feel like is a little off, is some proportioning things.
Yeah. Okay, and then the next one where you have 3 results right at the very bottom, that seems a little bit weird to well, first of all, I don't think you're going to have that empty space at the bottom.
Yeah.
Because you're going to push everything down. But here at the very top, you're letting your person know, showing results for left arm of the forbidden one. Obviously, you get 3 results, but if you want to add that detail, that should probably be at the top.
Okay. Yeah.
And when you render this out, think about okay, I'm looking at the first result, and it says left arm of the forbidden one, Yu-Gi-Oh card, trader. Your text in that space is kind of all crammed together. So pick 1 or 2 column alignment points. Maybe use the edge of your button, add to list, make offer, and line the text up. Like that right arm of the forbidden one, it's kind of spanning that whole space. You know what I mean? So be a little bit more sensitive to your use of type.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Maybe make so what we should see if we're scanning the results is what is the most important element in there that we want to see when we're looking through this, and kind of bold or set your type accordingly. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
And it's looking pretty good. I just want you to be conscious of more just sensitive to the type, but it's looking good. I would go back and add the branding before you get too much farther. Using this as a template for making more wireframes. But I would have a great idea of exactly what wireframes you really need to make. So maybe you've sketched this out on paper and figured out already that in order to show this path, this task route, you're going to need to show this wireframe, then this wireframe, then this wireframe, because I don't want you making wireframes that you're ultimately not going to need.
Yeah.
But I think you're on the right track. And then the final thing, once you lay out your 3 user scenarios in the form of wireframes, all you need to do is mock up 3 final renderings.
Okay.
So you're in pretty good shape.
All right.
Do you have any comments, Gypsy, since you looked at it too?
I've had pinwheels. I haven't been able to see you.
Oh, okay.
My computer's freezing up. I haven't been able to see you. I see you now.
Okay. All right. Well, do you wanna jump on and share your stuff, Gypsy?
Yeah.
Hi, Mike.
See if it'll actually let me.
Hey.
Ian, are you no longer sharing?
Not at the moment. I can.
Okay.
Go back to.
No. I just want you to release. I don't know if more than one person can be sharing their screen at one time.
I am not.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to show you this the way that hopefully won't freeze my computer up. I mean, every time I try to just do anything, it's So let me move these where I can find them easily.
I hear birds in the background.
Okay.
Are they using your app yet, Gypsy?
For now. Okay. It's just slow. I've got it updated it on a new every command. So it's super slow. And it's the one that doesn't sound like a jet engine whenever I'm using it. So, okay. I'm hitting screen share. Will you give me a verbal cue that you're seeing my screen?
Okay, we see your face.
Okay. It's pinwheeling. I hit that. Yeah, it's like dial-up. Okay. Entire screen. Share. Are you seeing it? Okay, it says I'm screen sharing. Are you seeing my screen?
Yep.
Okay. So let me pull up the IP happening. I think I'll just go this route. Sorry.
It's okay.
Every day now.
What?
Come on, open. Open. This is why I'm late on everything. When I do have time, it's like, this is what I get. Okay. Let's see if I can make this big. Can you see it enough, or do I need to make that bigger, Julia? I mean, I can...
That's good.
Okay.
Oh,
so,
okay, this is great.
Okay, so actually, you know, I went in. Let's see if I can make it a little bit bigger. I went in and I started working with this, and I was able to put all the stuff in it that we were talking about, the extra stuff, and it really is simple.
Mm-hmm.
So you have a login account set up,
Mm-hmm.
and so if you're logging in, then it takes you to a welcome back because you have an account, so it knows who was on last. And then I'll have the feed of all the other inside its own application of the members and what they've posted. So it'll be like kind of like a live feed. At the very bottom of that one, I'll have a suggestion. The one that you said, why don't it suggest things? So it would suggest a top feed for that particular account. And that would probably go by similar as well as maybe the breed of the bird. And then they'll have an updated lesson option to go to, and the suggestions. So the way that'll work is the feed will have the video of the members that they've posted of their songs and their phrases, and then the updated lesson will be the actual pets, the person who's in their login, that person's pet's lesson profile. And then there's going to be a hamburger menu that would underneath the profile picture that will let them go to settings, other pets that they want to put in the account, the lesson library that they have of their pet, and then the ability to then go to recording. So then on the recording, they can do, log them into their YouTube account, and then inside for the live feed. And then the pet itself, if they want to go and kind of check on the history of the lessons that this pet has had, and then the rewards that it's receiving. And then settings, which would be each pet's account, so they can. And I'm sorry, that's the pet. Then this settings would have to see the feed preferences if they wanted to change them themselves, or they want to, customize it, and as well as their own privacy. Who do they want to share that with, and who they don't? And then if they want to close their account, or if they want to update their account. So maybe they want to change an email account or a YouTube account.
Mm-hmm. It looks good. How are your wire? Go ahead.
So on this pet account, like if I had Flurpy on there and I wanted to change to Lola's account, then I could do that here, and then it'll bring me back to this menu, and now it's Lola's. So now I can do all this stuff again, but I'm under my other bird's profile. That setting doing that, so they could have multiple birds. So if they were doing the account setup, it's just going to basically do a registered email, the bird's name, a social to, and then setting up their YouTube account so that's automatically set up, because that's how it's going to be video recorded.
Right.
So, so I think that simplifies it.
Yeah. No, I think it's good. Let's see your wireframes. That makes so much more sense.
Okay,
what you've put together here than your previous flowchart.
Yeah, I think so. And once I realized what was needed, menus inside of each one on this one on the flowchart, it was like, okay, that'll work. Love of God. Just close. Okay, so I have this. I don't have like it. I still have it hand done.
Well, that's fine.
I figured as much of this as I could do by hand and not have to get on this computer and actually try to do anything until the final stuff is worked out. This better it'll be for me.
Yeah, it might make sense to just put yourself in a lab, But
yeah, I'm considering. I have all day today to work on stuff, and I'm seriously considering leaving and going to school. Coming in open. It's because I'm online, I guess, and it's just too much for it to think about. Thanks, guys. I know this sucks.
It's okay.
But now you know why it's hard for me to get on. Sometimes I sit here trying to, 15 minutes trying to log on, because for some reason getting on the Google Hangout, it really is challenging, apparently. Oh, I don't want.
Do you want to try to just get the image pulled up, and then we'll just go over to Mike and come back to you? Gypsy?
That's going to probably kick me off.
Here, you know what? Also, too, if you struggle, then just email me, and I'll give you some feedback. Okay. Hey, Gypsy. Okay, Mike, go ahead and pull up your stuff.
Okay. Can you see it okay?
Yeah.
All right. So I changed the flow chart around. And I try to represent it better.
Yeah, it looks better.
Okay. And I mean, this is the proper form for showing things that are on the same level.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So change that, and then for my first user scenario, it like a new user would be trying to navigate the app to find like the closest places. Like they care more about, like they want a place that's within a mile or something, and this user scenario assumes that the person's never used it before, so they're just following the button labels.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the main screen right here, and since they're a new user, they'd go to the order as guest option.
Mm-hmm.
And that would then direct them to this screen, which these would be the three main options for where they could go from there.
Uh-huh.
And so this would be the final screen, and I need to add labels to this to make it more clear in this document, but at the top they'd have a search bar where they can enter either their area code or a restaurant name, or like if they're trying to find a certain pizza joint, they can just type it in, and it would then list all the places that fit that criteria, with the most relevant first. And there'd be a filter also where you can choose to filter results by like distance, rating, highest to lowest, or cost. And you can either choose like lowest to highest or highest to lowest. And so yeah, this would be how the search results would appear, and the user could tap on the labels to make that the like the search filter as well. So if like distance, user rating, and cost could be like touchable, and then that would rearrange the search results.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see, and then there'd be a hamburger menu up here for options such as settings and all that. And for the second user scenario, the user's trying to check out their account, and this person is already a member, so they would hit member login, and then they'd have these options right here, and they'd select the My Account option, and this would be the final page, and at the top it would show their order history, and below it would have information on their rewards. And this is a very rough display right here. I was going to add in some more information, but in terms of how how much of the screen would be used for each thing, as this is what I was leaning towards.
Mm-hmm.
And I forgot to save my scenario 3, but so I just have those 2 at the moment.
Good. It's coming along. Do you guys have any comments?
I think it looks easy to use.
Mike, can you pull it back up? Don't shut it. There you go.
Sorry.
That's okay.
It looks good
it's
from
really
what I got
cool
to see.
Thank you.
Yes, it's cool to see these projects evolve, you know, and you're really taking the feedback. And I would, in this second one, move all your buttons up. No, not the second user scenario. The second screen on the first user scenario. There you go. Move them up. What is helpful that other people have done to indicate what the user has clicked on is to maybe use a red highlight or something like that. So just make a. Do you remember seeing that with other people to explain this is where the user clicked, which brought them to this screen, which brought them to this screen?
Yeah.
So I would consider doing that to show us we understand what they clicked to get to what screen.
Okay.
Okay, go to the next page. Watch the sizes. I'm looking at the one where we're filtering the results. Watch the sizes on things, because some of this type, like filter results by distance, I don't know if you could actually physically get your finger on that drop down, and you need some kind of a drop down arrow to indicate that this is clickable and that there are options underneath where we filter our results. So watch your size of things. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I have a hard time with the scale of this. But yeah, I feel like I have a lot of space that isn't being used, so I could definitely make those bigger.
Well, you know what might help if you're having a hard time with sizing, I would do some screenshots of apps that have similar elements in them. You know, do some screenshots of like Open Table or some of these other places to give you a better sense for how to use the space. And I would not put my text right up to the edge. You know, I'd give it a little bit of padding along the sides. These are just little things that I was noticing as you're going through these. Can you go to the next page? Yeah, so it's a lot of the same kind of stuff. But I think you're doing a good job with this.
Thanks. I was hoping to get to the mock-up stage for today, but fortunately wasn't able to. But I'm thinking when I get to the point of having a mock-up with colors, just doing a very, like mostly off-white and an accent color, and just sticking to that. Just a very simplistic color scheme.
And I'm starting to notice that some of your wireframes, a lot of your wireframes have those big buttons in them. So I would choose one of those for your final mock-ups. And then that way you're communicating, okay, this is the style that would be used for all buttons that look like this. You know what I mean? Yeah. So just try to find 3 good representative screens that will help communicate the visual style for this thing.
Awesome.
Okay. Gypsy, do you want to try to pull up your stuff? Do you have the image up? You want us to see? Are you guys seeing my message to Gypsy? I don't think she can hear.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll give her a second, and then I think we'll. If you guys want to log off, that's fine. Oh, she's off. Okay. Well, email me if you need any help. I'll try to keep checking my email if you want to run something by me over the weekend and during the day on Monday.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Have a good weekend.
You
Yes,
too.
I'll talk to you later. Bye.